Hey there, friends. Welcome back. Let me start with a question that affects millions of Americans just like you. Have you ever felt like Washington makes big promises, but when the final bill arrives, you're left wondering, where's the help I was promised? If you're on Social Security, Medicare, or living on a fixed income, this is one update you can't afford to miss. Because President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill has officially passed the House. And no, this isn't just another headline. This new law could change how much you pay in taxes, how you get health care, and what help you qualify for when times get tough. So stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll break down exactly what this bill means for you. And believe me, some parts may surprise you. And before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button to help spread this vital info. And subscribe so you don't miss any future updates that directly impact your benefits. First up, what's really in this bill for seniors? If you're a senior making under $75,000 a year, this new law brings a brand new $4,000 tax deduction. Real money that could lower your taxable income and ease the pressure at tax time. And if you're married and filing jointly, you could get double that. $8,000 off your taxes. That's a big deal, especially for folks on a modest retirement income. But here's where things get interesting. What happened to no tax on Social Security? Many of you remember the campaign promise loud and clear. No tax on Social Security benefits. Well, here's the truth. That didn't happen. Instead, this deduction is being presented as a compromise. While it doesn't eliminate the tax on your benefits, it does help reduce the impact if your income is on the lower side. It's a win for some, but not what many were hoping for. Who benefits most from the bill? According to the Congressional Budget Office, wealthier Americans are the big winners here. The top 10% of earners are projected to gain 4% more wealth by 2027. But for people on the lower end, many of them seniors, the outlook is less rosy. Some may even lose up to 4% of their resources by 2033. So, while the tax cuts are real, so are the trade-offs. Now, where's that $3.8 trillion coming from? Here's the catch. Those tax breaks aren't free. Over the next decade, this bill is expected to cost around $3.8 trillion. So where's the money coming from? Programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP are taking the hit. Let's break it down. Starting in 2026, childless adults on Medicaid must prove they work at least 80 hours a month, or risk losing coverage. Up to 9 million people could lose access, including some with disabilities or chronic health issues. States can now require co-payments and even terminate benefits for late paperwork. The intention? To encourage work and prevent fraud. But critics warn, this could punish vulnerable Americans, especially those without access to jobs, internet, or even a printer. More adults will now face work requirements, even parents with kids as young as 7. And states are being told to shoulder more of the program's cost. If you live in a low-income or rural area, this could make it much harder to keep food on the table, especially with grocery prices still rising. Let's talk Medicare. No, your monthly check isn't shrinking, but the bill does trigger $500 billion in cuts due to deficit reductions. That means lower hospital reimbursements, stricter drug coverage, reduced funding for long-term care. Experts warn this could create a two-tier healthcare system, where wealthier patients get quicker, better care, and lower-income seniors face longer waits and more red tape. Thinking of buying an electric car or upgrading your home's insulation? Think again. This bill rolls back much of President Biden's climate legislation, phasing out tax credits for energy-efficient appliances, solar panels, and EVs. Check with a tax expert before making any green upgrades. You might be left without the incentives. Now, Let's talk about immigration and border enforcement. $175 billion spent. This law also pumps $175 billion into immigration enforcement. $45 billion for detention centers. $50 billion to resume border wall construction. 10,000 new border agents. Higher asylum and court application fees. Some say it's about restoring order and national security. Others call it a humanitarian setback. Public opinion here is deeply divided. One of the most controversial sections. The bill restricts federal courts from enforcing certain rulings, including temporary restraining orders. Legal experts warn this limits judges' ability to block executive overreach or protect civil rights. Supporters say it reins in unelected judges. Opponents call it an attack on judicial independence. Either way, it's a big deal with long-term implications. Now debt ceiling raised by $4 trillion. To make all this possible, the national debt ceiling was raised by $4 trillion. That stops a government default, yes, but it's fueling accusations of fiscal hypocrisy. Some say we're borrowing money we don't have to fund tax breaks for the rich. Others argue it's a necessary move to stabilize the economy and fulfill campaign promises. So, what does this all mean for you? If you're a senior on a fixed income, that extra $4,000 deduction could help. But rising healthcare and food costs might eat up those savings. If you rely on Medicaid or SNAP, expect stricter rules and potential coverage losses. And if you're younger and planning for the future, this bill may reshape what retirement and public benefits look like when your time comes. Are you concerned about your benefits? Do you think this bill goes too far or not far enough? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and your stories shape what I share next. And if this helped you understand what's really going on, please hit that like button and subscribe. It's the best way to stay informed, stay prepared, and stay connected. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.